I remember starting my psychology career with so much excitement and passion. I have always been very fascinated by the human mind and behavior. And now, over a decade later, as a practicing psychotherapist, I can honestly and gracefully say that I have even more passion than I did on my very first day. And that is because of one life changing discovery in my life, PSYCH-K. Early, very early in my career, I started to notice a pattern, not just in my clients, but in conversations with my supervisors and mentors in the field. There was like a quiet resignation that therapy could help people manage, cope, and gain insight. But that deep, sustainable, long-term transformation, it often felt out of reach. Clients could tell me exactly where their pain was coming from, but they were still going through it day after day. They were surviving, but they were not really thriving. And I want to be very clear, therapy is so valuable. It offers a safe space to process, to feel supported, and to make sense of your story. But I also began to sense that there was like another layer, something beyond insight that people were longing for. So that's when my search for that deeper layer eventually led me to the Andes Mountains, where I participated in sacred ayahuasca ceremonies with the guidance of very good shamans. So in those ceremonies, they just changed me. What I processed in just a few hours felt like the equivalent of years and years of psychotherapy. I got to see how trauma lives in the body and how true healing must go beyond words. It just became so clear to me that I had just been working on the surface with my clients and with myself too. And people needed a way to reach deeper levels of transformation. So I had plans to guide others through healing journeys in Peru, but then I became a mother. So I took a whole year off to be fully present with my baby and to settle into this sacred new role. And during those early postpartum months, I started to unravel emotionally. I had so many family conflicts going on, sleep deprivation, identity shift. So many things were happening all at once. And I began experiencing postpartum anxiety for the very first time. I've never had so much anxiety ever in my life. So my usual coping tools, they were not working. My husband, he's always been on his own journey, on his own path. He was desperate looking for things to reprogram your subconscious mind. So he came across Bruce Lipton's work, and I read about it in the Biology of Belief book, and it immediately resonated with me. So I booked a session, and that one session changed everything for me. My postpartum anxiety lifted. The anxiety that I had carried for months shifted with no effort and so gracefully. It reminded me of what I had felt during ayahuasca ceremonies, but without the side effects. No purge, no nausea, no vomiting, no intensity, no jungle required. That experience was a turning point for me. I realized that there was a way for people to access profound healing safely, gently, and very, very effective. So I trained to become a Psych-K facilitator, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm integrating it with psychotherapy to help clients process their changes and anchor them into their lives. But I want to be very clear. I do not heal anyone. Psych-K is not something that I do to you. I am not a healer. I am simply the facilitator of a sacred process. Psyche gives you your power back, your own subconscious mind, your own superconscious mind. You can call it higher self, inner wisdom, you name it. It's what creates the change. I simply hold that space for your wisdom to be revealed. Psyche helps you reconnect with your own power and your spiritual essence. It reminds you of who you truly are beneath the layers of fears, conditioning, and so many inherited beliefs from a culture that often disconnects us from our truth. So, this is not about fixing you because you were never broken. It's about remembering. So, with Psyche, I get to offer something that I have always dreamed of, a way for helping people to experience real, lasting transformation, long lasting change. And I get to just hold the space for those shifts with reverence, care, and humility. So, this is the work that I feel deeply grateful to do. And it works so beautifully when you combine it with psychotherapy because, again, you're working with your subconscious mind. In psychotherapy, we only work with the conscious mind. So it's such a beautiful way to integrate and to align your subconscious mind with your conscious goals. So I just wanted to share my journey from a psychotherapist to a psyche facilitator and to integrating those two beautiful modalities. They both have their own power and their own value, and when you combine them, it's so beautiful. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching.